Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wine up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan. Hey yo, my G, where you from? Guyana. Ghana? No, Guyana. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wine up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, Many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land. What many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we know none was slippy. Guyana, we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop fast. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America. Some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family. Hey, master, one up fully. A one-time records. A 592. We think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man for
with Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. From your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 tonight, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Live wire, so let it feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, your toast. And Courdel Jones will give you the most.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 15th of December, 2025. We're halfway through the month, 2026, knocking on our door. Christmas right around the corner. Good morning to all the persons joining us across the diaspora. Morning to the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Especially good morning to the persons joining us in the comment section. Jesus, yeah, it's trouble. Morning to the person joining us in the comment section. Sunil Raghubir, morning to you. Abdul Latif. Joan Abidjan, good morning. General Narendra. Pamela, good morning to you. Vishnu Gentleman. Abu Sharif, good morning to you. Nadia, good morning. Shakila Briglal, good morning to you. Mohammed Isaf. Tara Babulal, morning. Kamo Kisun, John Guzman, or John, morning. Sunita Sukra, morning. Prasad Pati, Henry Jagdio, good morning to you. Gil Ian, Pam, morning to you, and Trevor. Steve Chan, good morning to you. Clifford Angru, morning to you. Vishram Patrick, Ion Bipa, joining us from Barbados. Robert Ramp, Violet Prasad. Eunice Raghubir. Eunice, you're supposed to be here by now. What's going on? Eunice Raghubir heading home to Guyana to enjoy a Guyanese Christmas. Welcome back. Krishnadat Mangar, good morning. Data Nandalal Raj, morning to you. Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. You had a great weekend. And you are ready to go for a new week as we head into the Christmas season. I can tell you all the truth. Some mornings I do Karen Carter, pick up yourself. Again, season's greeting to the Carters, especially Karen Carter, one of our female national rugby players. She continues to do so well in terms of her representation of Guyana. Although she's no, I ain't gonna do it, Karen. The point is she does better than Godfrey Brooms, and I appreciate that the team goes out there sometimes under her leadership because she's a coach / player. And not for the national team. I think she coaches a junior team and she plays on the national female team. But the national female rugby team, they have been doing well. I think they lost their last match or something like that. They had a scrimmage with some Caribbean countries. I think they lost their last match, but they continue to do well. And again, Karen continues to make us proud, unlike Godfrey. Right? DL, morning to you. Friday. Good. Got you. Yeah. So, like I was saying just now, sometimes I wake up completely disenchanted with Guyana. Like, I can tell you all the honest to God's truth. Sometimes I wake up in the morning. I used to prepare for the show in the night. And then sometimes I realize like things happen in the evening and, what you prepare for isn't relevant. So I usually prepare for the program in the morning to see what's the latest or whatever's going on or whatever I find topical to discuss. But sometimes I see some things online and it is really like, I don't know, it's rubbed me the wrong way, So there's a gentleman on my Facebook. I'm not going to call his name, but he usually sends me, videos of people complaining. That's basically it. That's what it is. Videos of people complaining. And sometimes I wonder, like, oh gosh, I understand that as citizens, as taxpayers, we want value for money, right? But at the end of the day, I'm saying to everyone, there's nothing that is 100% perfect. There's no building constructed. There's nothing. Well, at least to my knowledge, there's nothing that's 100% perfect. There's no government that's perfect. There's no system that functions 100% at 100%, 100% of the time. Even if the system functions at 100%, there are times when the system breaks down, right? And sometimes I feel like as Guyanese, we tend to complain a lot. It's like everything is a problem. Everything is a problem. So the guy sent me a video of somebody. The person looked like they were going to exercise on the new road that's part is finished. Finish the construction is finished on part of it, and they're working on finishing the upper half by Ayengano. And this gentleman here, he's complaining about the government or the ministry saying that they're building a state-of-the-art road, and they build the road and they got the pipes on the side there, and the water flowing through the pipe, and then the next parting a pipe, and the road sink back, and all kind of thing. All kind of thing. Now, listen, sometimes I wonder if we as Guyanese want to go back to probably a period where we had nothing going on for us, right? Where we didn't have any major infrastructure projects, any major improvements to the capital city, nothing of substance. Sometimes I feel like that's what we want to go back to. Now, listen. Oh God, how the government gonna take responsibility for sand and silt building up on the road and blocking the discharge pipe to get the water off the road? Oh my God, it's like what people just want, what does expect? Some people feel that the government should pick up and mind them and take over all the worries and burdens in the world and just look after them after they ain't really do nothing for themselves. Then we got some people who gonna literally find every little thing to complain about. I see Ganesh Mahipal being by a bridge, measuring the width and the length of the bridge and all kind of thing. Listen, there's no perfect system. I say again, at no point does Minister Ejel, Minister Ramraj, former Minister of Public Works, now Minister of Utilities and Aviation, Indar, goes out there to build these roads themselves. President Ali, Prime Minister Phillips, Vice President Jagdeo, none of the ministers of government go out there to build the roads. They employ people like engineers and all these other people who then put out bids for people to bid on to come and build the road. Those bids got specifications. You understand? Now, if a contractor in building cuts corners and try this and that, you understand? Oh, shucks. You can kill the government for that. You can kill the government for that. Now, listen to something. Progress doesn't happen all at one time. Now, the first half of this road that was done, I think it went from, gosh, what's the corner with the bridge and the ground? Oh boy, I can't remember the name of the corner, but it went from that corner out to Camp Street with it, they widened it and they put in a sidewalk and stuff. Now they're working on the other end that going out to Ayengana to Vlesinjon roadside. Right? Oh gosh, They got construction happening in there. Yeah, Lloyd. Who they okay, Lloyd. Let's talk about who handles the quality control. Now, yes, the ministry has persons going out there to ensure they mix the cement right, the right steel, whatnot. Those persons aren't there 24/7. So okay, they're there. You mix the right steel. You mix the right cement. The first couple pours, they leave. You mix in half. You're taking down some of the mixture so that you could earn back some of the money. The quality control persons aren't there 24/7. Look, one time I was going to Letem with Minister Edgil, and they were doing the bridges for the road that goes from Linden to Letem, right? And he was inspecting. Now they got these concrete piles that don't go down, but they lay them flat, and then I guess you build over them. Right? Now, Minister Edgel pull up and he inspected. So he now says to one of the engineers there, when they pour in the concrete to finish off this bridge, next week, Minister. So he then looks at the steel that's protruding out of the concrete. Now, this is the steel that will join another piece of steel, and you pour concrete there, and the whole thing holds together. So he's saying, y'all making sure these people, I don't know the correct term, but it's basically to scrub the steel so that the rust comes off, so that when you cast it, it lasts longer. So we go further up the line to some place that don't cast off already. So the minister now remembers, well, hey, I see this steel that was protruding starting to rust. So he now turns to the contractor and asks him, well, when you pour this thing? He said 2 days ago. So the minister said, well, where was the person from the ministry who was supposed to be here to ensure or to look over the pour or to look over ensure you scrub this steel to make sure the thing? The person that's some other project someplace else. Oh, Christ. Oh, buddy. Everything is limited. Everything is limited. There's no way that the ministries can have one person at every single government project across the country. And that is my point, Lloyd. We as citizens and as persons who operate as contractors, I think you got to have some sort of, I don't know if patriotism is the right word, but Jesus, is your country a building? Is your country a building? You understand me? So this guy here complaining about some water on this the area is Thomas Lands. Can't remember the name of this road here, but it runs from Vlissingen all the way to Camp Street. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the government throw the sand and the silt and block up the hole. They're still constructing there, brother. Trucks of sand, trucks of loam passing there to build the road that is continue. You see we pulling out? The government throw it there, brother. Is the government throw that there? Is sand blowing in the wind, brother? Some of them must come till from the Sahara. The other day they say Sahara does blow till here. Oh, the sea wall side Sahara does. Give people a chance. Every little thing is a complaint. You can't win. You can't win. Look, I see T. Mohammed's, and I didn't even want to touch on it this morning because people hollering. Y'all know I've been in a little verbal altercation over the weekend with a villain. But anyway, I didn't want to touch on it because people got this feeling that I personally have an obsession with the fugitive offender. Now, all I'm saying is, wait, we didn't even put on this AC and get hot just now. All I'm saying is, the fugitive offender continues to highlight things that he is similarly implicated in, right? So he talks about the minister who got some son, who got some big house with some big compound with special road constructed, tate and all kind of thing. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Asardine? Somebody who got a big mansion with several houses connected to it. It sound familiar? Huh? You're alleging that the minister's son got ill-gotten gains. Sound familiar, brother? Somebody who built big house and got a set of thing with ill-gotten gains. So it's literally a case of, this is Guyanese parlance, pot calling the kettle bottom black. And those are the things that freak me out, because you talking about people who got big house and all kind of thing. When your situation is exactly the same. You have a big house with a big pool house and extra house in the yard at Houston. Your house is so big that the gate is so high we can't even see it in Friendship. When I went into Serenity Court Friday for the press conference, the first building I went to was Serenity Court, but I had a next one around the corner with almost 100 apartments in each, luxury apartments owned by you. And mind you, currently not a soul in none of them. So he just maintaining the building, paying everybody, no problem. How did you get your money? Did you yourself go in and mine one day for an ounce of gold in the bush? You talking about who in practice medical medicine for one day? And man, you for real? You for real? All this man is doing is creating speculation in people's mind to take the focus off of him. So he looking at everybody now. Ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Show us your house and all the buildings that are attached to it in the compound. All the houses, Friendship, Houston, Serenity City, all over, wherever you got them. Show us those. I see something with he and Indira Jafar Ali and the little girl. And look, honestly, sometimes I be really fed up. Like, I don't be in the mood. I don't want to be in the mood because it's like Muhammad, the fugitive offender, does contradict himself. Right? He talks of Islam and how Islam is. And oh, your Muslim brother. And every chance he gets, he's throw the help he give people in the face. So I see Indira put out, look, we never asked you for no phone. You give me your phone. We never asked you for no phone. You understand? The little man in Essequibo, I have to help you, I have to help you. And that is how he operates. So everybody who collect from Muhammad's, don't ever play a going against you, know. Because he can throw your business in the streets. Who built this house to you? I built this house here from the car. That's how he is. And based on my limited knowledge on Islam, that's not how Muslims are supposed to operate, especially with the Muslim brother or sister. I am thinking Muslims supposed to help out Muslims before anybody else. That's what I understood from the people I spoke with. But I got to turn on this AC. Y'all hold on a second, please. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Yeah. So on a serious note, I'm asking Guyanese to be a little more optimistic in what's happening around you, right? Even in your own life, nothing ain't going 100%. I sure the man who make the video, he got things going wrong in his life on his own. You understand me? So please, don't make it seem like every little issue in a project. Oh, now I remember what I was talking about. So Asadine went to the railway embankment where they're building a road there, and the road got some cracks in it. So what? So what? The contract caters for any incidentals, I should say, for want of a better term. So after the road is finished and the engineers go and check and see the crack, the contractor got fix it. It got fixed. It has to be fixed at the end of the day, right? It has to be fixed. And I've seen potholes in America and other parts, first world countries. So I don't know why Guyanese who know what Guyana roads were like and know that whatever we have now, despite a crack here or there, man, Lloyd, there's a system for that. As a contractor, if you finish a contract, there's a 30-day period or a 60-day period where a certain percentage of the contract is held, the payment of the contract after completion is held back so that there's an assessment period of the project, right? So that is us striving to be better and to hold people accountable. So if the contractor didn't do what he had to do, or there are deficiencies, there's time for correction in all contracts, right? In all contracts. And I am saying, what constitute not accountable right now? Isn't the government holding contractors' foot to the fire for contracts that are either delayed or stalled? Okay, so I get your point, Lloyd, but I'm saying to you and the gentleman who made the video specifically to the road in Thomas Lands, the issues that are being highlighted are issues being highlighted about a road that is not completed. That is not completed. I can't remember. But I think drainage works are happening on the sides of that road as well. I'm not sure. I know from the race, the ground with the go-kart place going to Ayangana, that's what they're working on now. Right? And as I was saying earlier, these things happen in stages. So it may be they do the road so that persons got access, and then they do the concrete drains on the sides after. We don't know. And again, coming back to the road itself, Lloyd, the man is complaining about the outlet drains to the road being clogged, and he's complaining that certain points of the road don't have outlet drains. This is similar to Sheriff Street, Mandela expansion, where none of us understood the drawings for the traffic. Everybody online, whoa, man, this is this. Oh! But then, when we drive on the road and we see what's going on, it makes sense. Yes, they had a couple that they turning off into wrong areas or nowhere. Yes. Again, nothing is perfect. So, all I'm saying is, because the road is currently under construction, and most likely they're using that road to access for the bill to transport raw materials and aggregate, dust will fly. And yes, it will cause a clog in the drains there. But I'm saying to you, Lloyd, and the gentleman who made the video, this is not a major issue. Yeah, but Lloyd, I'm saying, how you know that the government ain't holding them accountable yet? Again, the construction ain't finished. This is eggs breaking to make the cake. You can't make it without it. But I get your point. This serves as an avenue in case they weren't aware to make them aware. Fine, no problem. No problem with that. But as I was saying before, every single contract has a period where after the contractor say, hey, I'm done, where the ministry looks at the work for a month or 2 months to see what's going on, everything in place, nothing is shaking. And once that is completed, that period is completed, that is when final payment is made. Right? So that is a form of holding the contractor accountable and ensuring that he delivers as best as he could what was asked for or required in the Light is a good man, you know. He's an independent. That's what he's called him. He's an independent. He's not on any side. I can't say for everybody he's associated with, they're not as independent. But Lloyd is my friend, and Lloyd's friend is my friend as well. You know, so it is what it is. It is what it is. One Guyana. One Guyana. So President Ali was out the country. Meeting with you guys in the diaspora. Anybody here in the comment section was able to meet with His Excellency whilst he was overseas? Just let me know in the comment section if you were at any of these events. His Excellency interacting with the people, the Guyanese people in the diaspora. And you know, it's so weird because if you listen to the online influencers, sorry, let me rephrase, the online influencers, right? Rickford Bork, Mark Benchcup, the people's police, the poor people governor, and Melly Mel and all these people, you would swear Afro Guyanese in the diaspora dislikes President Ali. They want nothing to do with him. You understand me? You would think that President Ali is one of the most hated Guyanese in the diaspora. But as you can see, the Afro-Guyanese population in the diaspora, they're seeing and they're hearing, despite what those John Crows are saying over there. They are seeing and they're hearing from their relatives here. Some of them, unlike Rickford Bork and Mark Benchcup, and the other one I can't forget, they don't come home. They're in a next man's country, building a next man's country, right? But these few, they have an idea of what's going on, and they appreciate the effort being put out by His Excellency. Why you think President Ali is a two-term president? He's no David Granger. He's a man of the people, not a man who keeps himself in an ivory tower looking down on others. And that is the difference. That is what speaks volumes when you see President Ali and you examine a Granger, his predecessor. Right? So this is our president talking to the Guyanese out there. People like you sitting watching here now. You understand me? But there was another political party. Well, they got political parties who can travel. They got political parties who can't travel. And then they got political parties who travel, but they travel for no reason. So just like President Ali went to meet Guyanese in the diaspora, the leader of the PNC, APNU, went to also meet Guyanese in the diaspora as well. But apparently it didn't turn out so good. So this here is from Terence Campbell's page. Right? As you can see, that's Terence Campbell's page. And Terence Campbell, Taiku Andrews, and Coretta McDonald. I don't know why they don't lose this woman. Coretta McDonald went to the diaspora to meet their supporters. Right? You saw them pictures with President Ali meeting the people and, what's going on? How y'all doing? We all think we come home, come build Guyana. This is what Terrence Afro to be. Right? This guy from Guyana. This is the guy from Linden. Oh gosh, what's the name? This is the guy that, if y'all remember when Hector nearly beat up Aubrey Norton in America, I think New York. Hector Stout. The banner who does seem like he on something. Right? He nearly beat up Aubrey Norton in New York. And this guy here was the one who said, no, I could deal with you, Aubrey. You go long, I could deal with you. Tall. Can't remember his name. I don't know what this guy in the car here doing. Because if I think it, I was like, man, why not show the people who come out to see you? Why this lady or whoever pulling this man out this photo like this? Look here. Look at this hand. It's like the hand of God calling you away from trouble. Hey, come out a photo for somebody say with these people. Come out this photo. We want nobody know that we here. You understand? 2. That's it. That is it. From the Chicken King. You know they got the Tiger King? This is the Chicken King. Just like how the Tiger King lose the empire, the Chicken King lost his empire. 2 photos. The big Psycho Andrews. The big Terrence Campbell. The big Coretta McDonald. Literally. You understand? That is it. And I think this speaks volumes. There's only a certain section that is still on what this team is on. Right? And slowly but surely they're making their way out of the system. Slowly but surely. Out of the system. So we ain't got to worry about these people much longer. Right? There was also the passing of Ron Robinson over the weekend. I do remember him from my time at NCN. One of the first training courses that I did in broadcasting, especially for radio, was with Ron Robinson and Ravin Deodat, right? And those guys really imparted a lot of knowledge into me. I keep telling people most of what I learned in my younger days at NCN, off of work study, employed there, Ravin Deodat, Ron Robinson, Margaret Edgell, I think her name was. I just used to call her Auntie Mange. I don't know if she was an Edgell. Wendy Hormanstein, Martin Golsaran, all of these persons were giants in local television and production. So, the time that I spent around Uncle Ron, it was great. We didn't have a personal one-on-one relationship, but whenever he was around and he would share knowledge with producers and reporters on what they were doing and how they were doing it and the best way to get it done and how they can improve. And he was a genuine person who wanted to see persons in the field do better. So, condolences to the Robinson family and friends, and Uncle Ron would have definitely made an impact on the industry, and he will be forever remembered. Just recently, he was honored by the president at, I can't remember, his World Broadcasting Day or something of the sort. He was honored at State House there. That's the last time I actually saw him in person at that activity, right? Anyway, we're moving on. So let's go to so let's go to some other things happening around the capital city. So as you guys know, during the Christmas season, it's rainy season here in Guyana. So the government, through the local government ministry, the RDCs and NDCs, have been, doing some preemptive work in terms of getting drains and those kinds of things sorted so that whenever the big shower comes, you know, the canals, the drains, the outlets are better able to handle that kind of thing. So this is some work that is happening. Well, the areas that were cleaned are around Church Street, Cummins Canal Outlet, Rumvelt South Inlet and Outlet, Sussex Street's inlet channels. All these areas were excavated recently to ensure and improve water flow and reduce flooding, right? So when other politicians are out just trying to cause a problem unnecessarily, the administration is actually looking at things that will ensure the comfort of Guyanese, right? That's their goal, to ensure that Christmas Day, God forbid rainfall for our, we ain't in a flood. You understand? So that's some of the works that were done, cleaning out these channels to ensure that we don't have these kinds of issues a little later on whilst we're celebrating. And just to give you an update. Now, last week Friday, I attended the WIN press conference. And to tell you all the truth, I was rather surprised that I made it in. I was. Anyway, they took a similar stance to the PNC. And Tabitha Sarabo Haley said something, the PNC has a press conference as one. You seem to be interested in them. No, I'm interested in you and your PNC tactics that you've brought over to WIN. So just like the PNC, they have opted to tell journalists attending, the first set, they're determining how you ask your question. So they have decided to say, well, the first set of questions you got to ask based on the press conference, right? Based on their statement in your press conference. So I had other stuff that I had preempted to ask before, but then after listening to them, a bunch of other stuff started popping up to me. So the first guy that spoke was their agriculture czar, Vishnu Prasad, I think his name is. Vishnu complained about everything from here to Helpek and offered not a single solution to any of the problems that he identified. Right? So I asked, man, let's say next cycle you wins and you will become agriculture mayor. How are you fixing these problems? Spin wrong, ring wrong, go wrong, come wrong, no answer to give. So I asked, I said, man, so okay. Some people don't understand. Like, take for instance, I was discussing with a fellow entrepreneur the other day about business and the fact that some people think you go and get a business registration, you get your GRE, you get your NIS, and you just start up and you go. It is a treacherous system to navigate. You understand? A lot of the times you're in debt and you gotta push through and try and make it work as best as it could until it catch itself and start running on its own. And some people just see where you are now and it's like, yeah, I want to do business. Yes, let me go along. But they don't understand. Right? Now, 1 second, guys. Now, as I was saying, I asked Vishnu because the Ministry of Agriculture is a ministry that literally touches every single region of this country. There are farmers in every single region of the country that have to get help, whatever they offer, they have to look at it. So I asked Vishnu, I said, man, do you have any experience managing a large kind of government project or a large project or a large agency? He tells me he was a manager at Gaisuko. A manager at Gaisuko. Now, based on why, remember, Gaisuko ain't doing too well. So what happened? You not give them advice there. Vishnu, when you were there, you not share the knowledge with them. You didn't tell them all the bright ideas you had. With you on the team, Vishnu, how they couldn't save sugar. But again, one set of problems. The next gentleman spoke on, I think, healthcare or education. I didn't pay too much attention to him because we're gonna have Minister Prague here sometime this week, and I will raise his concerns with the minister so she can answer to him directly. Right? We had Don Hastings next. Don Hastings talking about medical thing missing, and they ain't got that medication in the hinterland, and people still got to come out to get health care. And so they had a reporter behind me from NCN. So he was like, man, you hear about these regional hospitals, these high-end regional hospitals at the billion? She starts stuttering, talk some stupidness. Right? I think why I asked Don? What happened there? I asked Don some questions, Don didn't answer neither. I asked Don Hastings, I said, man, because she talked about development being not on par with the coastline and other areas. So I'm like, man, Don, do you think because of where these people live, right? Take, for instance, I know some people living in Maracaibo, right? Maracaibo is the only indigenous community in Region 5. And that could be considered close to the coast. There's a community that close, it's not closer than St. Cuthbert. You could get to waterfront faster than driving than coming out to Maracaibo. You could drive to Maracaibo through the same going through Linden, but still it's a little pull. But you could say Maracaibo is one of the closest villages to the coastline, right? Closer than Napi and so them far-flung places. Where I went to Region 1 the other day. Falls, Motor, something falls, past Jonestown, till up Region 1. Now, all I'm saying is this, MP, could it be the geographical location of these villages? This causes it a little hard, it makes it a little harder for certain aspects of development to get there as fast as it's getting other places. Now, the example I gave you Maracaibo, for you to get to Maracaibo, you have to go to Maikoni waterfront and take a boat for 3 hours from Maikoni to get into Maracaibo. A boat, a speed boat, could only carry so much. You understand? So it had to be if you're doing some kind of major thing in there, government thing, it's multiple trips with speedboat. Then there's a overnight boat, a big boat, I think it's a barge or something that you could carry in heavy stuff with. That is limited as well. How much equipment you fitting on there? How much materials you fitting on there? How long it take it to reach? If you take 3 hours with a speedboat, how long it take you to reach the Maracaibo with a barge or a big boat? Right? Then you got to supply the people who work in, the contractor got to supply himself wherever he need. Is a 3-hour boat ride to resupply yourself. And that's one of the closest. St. Cuthbert is closer, but I'm showing you the difficulty in accessing some of these villages. Right? She can't respond. She talks about the PNC building, doctors' quarters, and all this other stuff. What about all the health centers that the PPP did over, rebuild? You're talking about building some place for somebody to sleep and dwell. The PVP building places that actually giving the service, building hospitals in the hinterland, right? Coming back to Vishnu. Vishnu said the government don't have no plan for when there's drought and no plan for when there's flooding. So I had to ask Vishnu, man, you won't hear anybody talking about building more hope like canals. Because remember, we have the Hope Canal. Building more hope like canals. You hear nothing but pump stations being constructed, some finished and commissioned, some maybe delayed, but the big build pump stations so that we're relying on gravity flow with the coke and thing. You gotta wait till you could just pump out, and if you want to pump out, you ain't hear nothing but the Vishnu. Then Tabitha jump in. Tabitha talking about salary. Tabitha talking about Minister Manik Chan and instructing the REO to do his job. The same people who can then turn around and say the minister micromanaging or the minister is getting corruption. The minister's telling the people, the staffers what to do. Says, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's always something that with them. Better late than never, Usafa. You understand? It's always something with them, so you can't win. So she talk about increasing salary. She talk about this and that. So I said, man, why you didn't advocate for this salary increase when you was minister? The APNU raised salary 70%. Oh, I said, no, man. I talking about your tenure. Not just the whole APNU, your tenure. We didn't have all the money. We couldn't do this. So how you get 50% increase for ministers? Go to the APNU and ask them. When you come from the back and ask you receive the salary. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Now, if you all remember, Tabitha fired several public servants. Fired them out of the ministry. Go, be gone. Tabitha fired them. So I said, man, you think Minister Manik Chan may be seeking advice on the situation or biding her time till, a sensible solution is found so as to not have any brash decision that she would make right away be reversed by someone senior to her, similar to what happened when Tabitha fired the public servants. Wynne literally answered none of the questions posed to them, right? Hetzberger said he had to talk to the general secretary about the correspondence and all this other stuff. So the general secretary hides, the leader hides, and sends out, well, in their case, because a seasoned PNC politician, a seasoned PPP politician, compared to a seasoned Wynne politician is different seasoning. It's different seasoning, right? Wynne politician seasoned is a pack seasoning, chicken seasoning, like Chief the selling the pack where you steer and you sprinkle. This day thing, you sprinkle a little down, you cook it. But with like a PPP, you got green seasoning in there, grind up garlic, all kind of thing, rosemary, chili, all kind of thing you got in there. Then you put little Chief chicken powder seasoning on it, and then you cook it. It's two different type of season. You understand? So when you got people like Don Hastings, one of the most uninspiring MPs that they nothing. Listen, there's no instance where Don Hastings has championed the rights of indigenous Guyanese that could be deemed as remarkable or noteworthy. Right? There at no time, we have a record of Don Hastings advocating for indigenous Guyanese, and we had something fantastic come out of it. Where's Laura George? Diane, you're right. You're right. Oh my God. Listen, Don Hastings, uninspiring. Tabitha, literally hanging on to wherever she could elevate herself. Tabitha very well knew she could not be a prime ministerial candidate anywhere else. Right? Tabitha doesn't have the what's the phrase? Oh gosh. The political, I know it, but it just ain't coming to me. She ain't got, listen, at the end of the day, Tabitha doesn't have that following to warrant anybody making her a prime ministerial candidate in any other party. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? She doesn't have the following. So it didn't make sense with Amanza. It didn't make sense with the AFC. They don't have the people. They have bigger heavyweights in the PNC like Jarita. It just happened. I didn't plan it. But they got heavyweights in the PNC like Jarita who will step up there. And as you see, the other parties didn't have any space for her. The WPA, they don't ever lobby for no big position. So she knew the only place where she could go and actually supersede Natasha St. Louis, who's senior to her, and Don Hastings, who's senior to her as well, in terms of time in parliament and them kind of thing, and become a prime ministerial candidate. But a joker, in essence, a joker, complete joker. But could you imagine, after asking Tabitha questions related to her statement, Tabitha turns around and launches an attack on me to say that I was sent there with a political agenda? How I can get sent with questions where we don't know what you guys were planning to say? Every question that I asked at the press conference was based on what they said. I asked Don Hastings about the drug problem at the hospital and the fact that their party posts information about shortage of drugs. The hospital debunked it. The doctor writing the prescription debunked it. So why should we believe you now about shortage of drugs anywhere? Vishnu Pandey couldn't help Guy Suko to come back. Vishnu Prasad couldn't help Guy Suko to return to its glory. So why should we trust you with drainage and agricultural stuff? Tabitha couldn't make any inroads in public service. Tabitha has no legacy in public service other than firing public servants. Why should we trust your thoughts on public service salary and this and that when you were a part of a government that could do all the things that you were doing before? Sorry, all the things that you're lobbying for now. You understand? Why didn't you lobby for it when you had an opportunity? You had the ear of Harmon and Grange and all these people. Why didn't lobby for $100,000 minimum wage right off the bat? And of course, their first thing is, we didn't have oil money, but you found oil money to give yourself a 50% salary increase. So what are you talking about? Somebody asked, what y'all gonna do if this extradition thing go through? and Mohammed's gone. How you are gonna function? Headsburger, very soon, very shortly, we're gonna respond. We're gonna let you all know just now, not another time. So they took no questions outside of the press statement. But I get sent with questions to ask them. That's how smart Tabitha smart. That's how smart Tabitha smart. No questions outside of the press conference. But they send me with questions to ask them. Look, y'all have a good morning. Rest of the morning. It's Monday. Go out there and be productive. Be good Guyanese. To those Guyanese who find it necessary to complain about everything, seek purpose and abundance. It won't get you far. Right? Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Same place, same time tomorrow. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break.